Hello students, welcome in chemistry class. Dear students, we have already started chapter acids, bases and salts and already completed also acids and bases. So in today's class, we shall discuss salts and pH scale. So let's understand what is salt. A salt is a compound formed by the reaction of an acid with a base in which the hydrogen of the acid is replaced by the metal. So let's take some examples here. In polybasic acids means more than one hydrogen present in a molecule. These hydrogen atoms can be replaced either partially or completely. So two kinds of salts are possible here. So let's see how reaction takes place. Here first step what we have taken, sulfuric acid and sodium hydroxide. As a result we got sodium hydrogen sulfate and water molecule. Here can we say partial replacement of hydrogen atoms takes place from the sulfuric acid? Yes, we can say. Why? Because in sodium hydrogen sulfate still one hydrogen is present. So here we can say only partial replacement of hydrogen atoms from H2SO4 has resulted in a formation of sodium hydrogen sulfate. Now the next you can see sulfuric acid plus 2 molecules of sodium hydroxide. Here you can see 2 sodium atoms can replace 2 hydrogen atoms. As a result we got sodium sulfate plus 2 molecules of water. So here we can say complete replacement of hydrogen atoms from sulfuric acid has resulted in the formation of sodium sulfate. Here NaHSO4, that is the sodium hydrogen sulfate, and Na2SO4 represent two kinds of salts. Now move on to types of salts. There are different types of salts. First here we have taken normal salt, second acid salt, third basic salt, fourth one is double salts. So let's understand. First one is normal salt. A salt that doesn't contain any replaceable hydrogen atoms, or you may say hydroxyl groups, is called a normal salt. See here some examples. Here H2SO4 when reacts with sodium hydroxide. So as a result we got Na2SO4, that is sodium sulfate along with water molecules. So you can see here in Na2SO4 there is no hydrogen atoms as well as hydroxyl group present. So it is said to be normal salt. Some other examples here also: calcium sulfate CaSO4, sodium phosphate Na3PO4, potassium phosphate K3PO4. You can see here neither H or OH group is present in these molecules. Now move on to acid salt. A salt that contains replaceable hydrogen atoms is called an acid salt. For example here, again we have taken the same example, sulfuric acid plus sodium hydroxide. See, as a result sodium hydrogen sulfate we got. So here you can see one hydrogen atom is present. That is why it is said to be acid salts. So this sodium hydrogen sulfate can replace one hydrogen when further it reacts with another hydroxide group. So here it is said to be acid salt. Now see, the same sodium hydrogen sulfate again react with sodium hydroxide. As a result we got Na2SO4. There is no hydrogen atom. That is why in first case there is single hydrogen atom present. So it is said to be acid salt. And the next step, there is no hydrogen atom. That is why it is said to be normal salt. Now move on to basic salt. A basic salt is formed when a polyacetic base reacts with a lesser amount of an acid than is necessary for the formation of a normal salt. Polyacetic base means we have already studied acidity of base. Here polyacetic base means a base which contain more than one hydroxyl group. So take some examples here, we can understand with this example. Lead hydroxide reacts with hydrochloric acid. As a result, we got lead oxychloride. Here you can see in lead oxychloride, still one OH group is present. That is why it is said to be basic salt. Another example, bismuth hydroxide reacts with nitric acid. As a result, we got bismuth dihydroxynitrate along with water molecule. Here in case of bismuth dihydroxynitrate, you can see two hydroxyl group is present. So salts like lead oxychloride, bismuth dihydroxynitrate contain the OH group. These salts are called basic salts because they can further react with the acids to form water molecule and the corresponding salts. Now you can see in these examples how lead oxychloride again react with hydrochloric acid. It produces PbCl2, that is lead chloride, along with water molecule. There is no OH group present here. Now bismuth hydroxynitrate again react with nitric acid. As a result, we got bismuth nitrate. You can see here there is no OH group present. So we can say these are not the basic salt, but earlier they were the basic salt because earlier they were having OH group. Now they are the normal salts. Now next one is double salt. In a double salt, there are two different negative ions and or positive ions. For example, the mineral dolomite, see here formula, CaCO3 and MgCO3 along with they all are together, they are not separate, contain both Ca2 plus and Mg2 plus, means both are present in the single compound, that is the single salt, and having double positive ions. So it is considered as a double salt. Now next example you can take potash alum. Formula of potash alum, K2SO4, Al2SO4 whole thrice along with 24 molecules of water. Also example of a double salt. Here we have to understand double salts exist only in the solid state, but when it dissolves in water, they break up into a mixture of two separate salts. For example, take here, when potash alum is dissolved in water, it breaks up as follows. You can see K2SO4 2K plus plus SO4 2 minus. Here Al2SO4 whole thrice 2Al3 plus plus 3SO4 2 minus. And you can see here sign of reversible change. This reversible change represent here how they dissociate in presence of water. Otherwise they will again return back to the previous condition. Now dear students, move on to preparation of salts. First, but the reaction between metal and acid. As we all know, certain metals like zinc and magnesium react with hydrochloric acid, or you may take sulfuric acid to form salt and water. You can see here zinc plus hydrochloric acid form zinc chloride along with hydrogen gas. Again the same zinc with the sulfuric acid, ZnSO4, zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas evolve. Another method you can take by the reaction between an acid and a base. And we all know that when an acid react with the base, they cancel their properties and form a normal salt along with water molecule. That is why such kind of reaction is said to be neutralization reaction. So all acid base reaction are said to be neutralization reaction, but keep it in your mind, all acid base said there must be a strong acid and a strong bases. So see example, sodium hydroxide plus hydrochloric acid, we got sodium chloride and water molecule. Now the next topic is the pH scale. So let's understand what is this pH scale. In 1909, Sorensen devised a scale known as pH scale, on which the strength of acid solutions as well as basic solutions could be represented by making use of the hydrogen ion concentrations. in them. Sorensen linked the hydrogen ion concentrations of acid and base solutions to the simple numbers, that is 0 to 14 on his pH scale. The pH scale of a solution is inversely proportional to the concentration of hydrogen ions in it. That means a solution having a high concentration of hydrogen ions has a low pH value. On the other hand, a solution having low concentration of hydrogen ions has a high pH value. In the term pH, letter P stands for a German word potens, which means power or potential, and letter H stands for hydrogen ion concentration, that means H+. The strength of an acid or a base is measured on a scale of numbers called the pH scale. The pH scale has values from 0 to 14. Here we have to understand that pH is a pure number. It has no units. Now, rules for pH scale. There are some rules we have to understand. First rule, it is saying acidic solutions have pH less than 7. Second rule, the lower the pH, the more acidic is the solution. Third, neutral solutions or pure water has pH equal to 7. Fourth point, basic solutions have pH greater than 7. Fifth point is saying the higher the pH, the more basic is the solution. So you can see here it is the pH scale shown on the screen, and here you can see how 0 to 14 different positions, strong acids, weak bases, strong bases. Here you can easily understand with this figure. Now we have to measure pH of salts. The aqueous solutions of all kinds of salts do not have the same pH value. So how we can understand? See, first, salts of strong acids and strong bases. Example, sodium chloride, potassium nitrate, sodium sulfate, etc. are salts of this category. The aqueous solutions of these salts are neutral with pH value 7. Next it is salts of strong acids and weak bases like ammonium chloride, copper sulfate, zinc sulfate, etc. are salts of this category. The aqueous solution of these salts are acidic with pH value less than 7. Now, salts of weak acids and strong bases. Example, you can take sodium acetate, sodium carbonate and sodium hydrogen carbonate are the examples of this category of salts. The aqueous solutions of these salts are basic in nature. Then pH value will be more than 7. Now let's understand what is universal indicator. We have already studied different types of indicator, but here the term come universal indicator. So what does mean it? Universal indicator is a mixture of many different indicators, or you may say dyes, which gives different colors at different pH values of the entire pH scale. Since the pH of a solution depends on the hydrogen ion concentration, when an acid or a base solution is added to the universal indicators, the indicator produces new color. Then we match the color with the colors on pH color chart, and we can easily understand what is the pH value of the particular solution. You can see this chart. It is given the different color at different pH value.